so pretty much in conclusion of season one ish. And again, I didn't check, so I'll go back and check. But I'm on like episode 22, 23 of season one, and typically that's about where they wrap it up. At least those arcs, so they can go into the next arc. And so far, the recompense has been nuts. So the queen, so let's backtrack. The queen was busy meeting with all the other world governments while her husband, the king, decided to evoke this four cardinal heroes thing, and had it was in collusion with the Pope and this three heroes church thing, and they all decided to call upon the four, not knowing that the queen had already made a deal with the rest of the world governments that each country would get one hero, not all four to one. So that pissed off a lot of people. So now she's on a world tour to calm folk down. So that's foolish thing number one that the king did. Number two, with the disrespect of the shield hero popping it off, when the first waves hit, they were unprepared, unprotected, and it took everything just to absolve those. And again, three of the cardinal heroes, while they're there, they end up screwing up the land, doing things that they say the people wanted, but they didn't really take the time to understand what the people's needs were, and they ended up making things worse. All of this is under the king's watch, and all of this while the king's eldest daughter, Malty, is colluding with this spear hero and doing all kinds of lecherous things to the shield hero and then to her sister. And all of this gets found out by mom, of course. And so when it all comes down, mom is livid, and she's literally about to execute hubby and eldest daughter. So the shield hero says, no, you know what? Let him live. But the king, your name is not king anymore. Now your name is trash. And Malty, your name is not Malty anymore. Your name is bitch. And the queen was like, word, that's what's up. You trash and you bitch. And we keep it moving. And I fell out. It was the most hilarious part of the whole thing. But at the same time, now all of the heroes are realizing that shield hero was jammed up from gate, and that everything that went down was not his fault, and that they all should have been a lot smarter about how they approach this world. I kind of love that. And at the very end, the queen is like, yo, we're sorry, but the dude is like, man, listen, I can't help y'all. I'm not helping y'all world out, but I'll help you. And I love that. And to me, that wraps it all up, at least for this part. We still need to understand why the king was mad at the shield hero in the first place. We do need to understand about more of these other worlds like Silk Velt and this, that, and the third, where the demi-humans are more accepted in their communities and yada yada. And there's a lot still to unpack. But season one, I feel like it was a good ride. It moved relatively quickly. It wasn't too slow. Some things, again, I'm a writer, so I understand story, and I understand what things need to be done to move the story along. So I don't really mind a lot of the quiet stuff. And again, similar to one of my other favorites, One Piece, there's a lot of social economical vibes going on here, and I dig that. It's good to keep those things in the presence. And that whole thing about the Pope, there's so many life parallels, bro. Again, at the end of the day, false belief or belief in something that harms people is never a good thing. And at the end of the day, all of this transpired because the king was soft, was weak-hearted. And it's actually the queen's rule anyway, so I don't even know why he was, making decisions, just being honest. But, I'm going to dive into season 2 and keep you guys posted. Thank y'all for watching. Of course, I always appreciate you. Later.